I basically set up a layout. So over here is where I have the sun set out, and then this will be where we're going to draw our tree. And here is our little shadow over here. Alright, so since it's Christmas time, I'm just going to do your basic Christmas tree. It's going to look a little cartoony because I just want to show you the basics of the shadowing technique. So I'm starting off with my dark gray color, and I'm just going to draw the outline of the tree and sort of the outline of the shadow. Don't forget to draw on your little trunk. And then if there's like snow, there's a little snow shadow. And then don't forget your shadow should kind of resemble your tree, just based off from the direction of the light source. So the light source is coming towards this way, so the shadow will be coming towards this way. So, I mean, the shadow doesn't have to match perfectly. I mean, it is a shadow, it's gonna get warped a little. It should kind of resemble the shape of your tree, and it will probably be more filled in with shadow. So now that we have our shadow and our outline, we're going to start adding in our basic color, that middle color that you want the majority of the tree to be. So we're just going to color in the top part of the tree for right now, and I'm going to actually ignore the trunk. I'm going to kind of leave my highlight areas blank, and then I'm just going to kind of fill in all the areas that I want color. So pretty much I want this side to be colored, this middle color, because the highlight is going to be closest to that light source. So I'm going to do a lot more colors over here, and this is also where you bring in your texture. So I'm going to do a lot of really tiny little strokes, kind of get it very Christmas tree like. That also leaves me a couple little white spots in everywhere, so that I want highlights somewhere over here for any reason I can add them in. If you decide that when you get your middle color and you didn't do enough shadows, you want it darker, you can always go back in and do your shadows. I recommend doing your shadows again and kind of emphasizing them more so before you do your highlights, because once you add in your highlights, they're gonna really pop up, and then if you add shadows on top of your highlights, it's going to drag those highlights back down again, and it will make it harder for you to see those beautiful highlights that you want. I'm going to go in and we're going to add in our highlights. So I'm doing the lightest color green that I'm going to do for this tree, and I'm just going to kind of do the same kind of texture as I did for that middle color. And I'm kind of dragging it over, but I'm also spacing out the little strokes a little bit more over here, so that they're not as clustered and they're not as strong of this color green. This side of the tree is much more this color, as whereas this side, it still has a little bit of gaps, but it has that middle color. So I decided I wanted to fill in some of these blank spaces with my middle color. So I'm going to take my middle color again, and I'm just going to kind of fill in those spaces. I'm going to keep doing the same texture that I've been doing before, and if I want to bring that middle line back over a little bit more, I can put more of that middle color and drag that over to the other side. If I decided I had too many highlights on the side, I can cover them up. So that way you can kind of make it so there's not a solid line. You can kind of get it so it looks more blended that way, to make it a little bit more rounder shape if you're wanting that. I'm going to get this branch out here a little bit more. And I think that looks good. That looks good.